what I'd really like to cover is just sort of the purpose of this whole, business dinner type of thing. And then we'll talk a little bit about, well, like who thought of this stuff? How, like why would we come up with some of the rules that we did? And then just really tips from an American standpoint. We'll talk about maybe some of the bigger mistakes that you could make when you're maybe at an interview and they've asked you to a dinner, or they've asked a group of students to a dinner, and you don't want to be the one sticking the whole bun in your mouth. So we'll go with that, and then we'll talk about a little bit more about the networking portion of it. Oh, so here's the thing. It's like, this isn't to make sure that you're like Mr. or Miss Manners or anything like that, but it's basically to give you the confidence that you have the knowledge. If you find yourself in a situation, you don't want to be the odd person out. What I really want to emphasize is if you go to a business dinner, it's not about the food, right? You don't want to be so engrossed in your meal that you're not paying attention to the people around you, because really it's about the people around you and making a connection and establishing a relationship with the people that you're dining with. It's not whether your steak is rare or medium rare or whatever. So here's check out the dining. This is the whole initial setup configuration for the most part. What do you think? How did they do? Pretty good? Okay. So, all right, just checking. So the bread and butter plate with the butter knife is always, number one. Your dessert stuff is always above your plate. Your drink glass is always to your right, so don't take your neighbor's water. And then it's usually water, wine, and other glassware. I've only seen it start with 2 because of, for whatever reason. And then occasionally it's always the knife. And the knife always the straight side points out if you're doing a dinner at home, and the curved side always points in for your initial setup. So that's what it looks like. But when you sit down, at the beginning of your meal, everybody is seated. Everybody is seated at the table. You don't put your napkin down on your lap until everyone is seated at the table. And then also the crease, when you fold it in half, the crease always is towards you. So when you have your soup, you take the soup spoon and you do the whole, you don't want to do the whole airplane dive into the mouth like this. It's from the side. You're holding it with you're holding it like that. You don't sip from the bowl. Please don't slurp. Go ahead and demonstrate, Elizabeth. Normally, you'll see at a big dinner, they'll serve iced tea or lemonade. I think a lot of times will be one of them. You don't want to sit there listening to someone going, chewing on your ice, breaking it up. And you don't want to squirt the other people at your table with the lemon. So if you do feel a need to do it, you want to make sure that you're holding it over as you're squeezing it. And some of the really nice restaurants, which I love this, I love it how it comes with a little cloth over the lemon so that you don't, subject others to your lemon at the table. Basically, what you're doing is, if you do have a roll, are there rolls at the table? Okay, so you take your roll, you put it on your, remember where it goes there, and you take a little bit of butter. If that's passed around, they're usually in little pads, or if it's really nice, they're in the shape of a rose. And you put that on your plate, you break off a piece of bread, you butter it, you eat it, and you keep going like that. And once again, you always want to wait for everyone before participating in the food, right? So you wait for, if it's a salad portion of it, you're waiting for everyone to have their salad. So Matthew, you want to start passing the rolls. Go ahead and pick up the rolls. What do you do first? He's going to take one for himself. I don't think so. You are going to you are going to offer it to Benjamin, and you're going to, you're not going to give it to him, you're just going to offer him. You're not going to take it. You're going to offer to your left, you're going to take one, and then you're going to pass to your right. Okay? So, you got it over here, you pick it up. Eric, was it? Or Jake. So, you pick it up, you already got your roll. Did you do the right thing? No, okay. So, we failed the roll test. When you pass the salt and pepper, you always pass the salt and pepper together. Even if someone just asks for the pepper or just the salt, you take both of them. And don't, like what really kind of freaks me out is please don't take it from the top and put your hands all over them because, we just saw you sneeze somewhere and now you're putting your hands on top of the salt and pepper. Don't do that. Take it from the side, in the front. Grab it without putting your hands on the top of it and pass them both together like that. I just want to tell you that networking is not a bad word and it is not a bad thing. And the reason that I want to emphasize that is that the whole essence of networking is going and finding out how I can help you the most.